These 17 things rich people do differently from poor people are the roots of their financial success. If you want to change your life and achieve financial independence, now is the time to embrace them. To change your life and achieve your dreams, you have to think and act the same as successful people. Slowly change your habits and remember that the best time to start and take action is now. "17 things rich people do differently from poor people." Much of the secret to the success of the rich lies in their actions. It is they who allow them to move forward on the path to success and to make the right choices. To find out what will lead you to success and inspire you, here are 17 things rich people do but the poor don't. 1. They save their income. 2. They reinvest their profits. 3. They multiply the sources of income. 4. They follow the financial news. 5. They look out for every opportunity. 6. They read every day. 7. They are constantly evolving. 8. They set concrete goals. 9. They follow schedules. 10. They maintain healthy lifestyle. 11. They exercise regularly. 12. They are interested in personal development. 13. They don't care what they can't change. 14. They surround themselves with enriching people. 15. They take care of their appearance. 16. They know what to buy or rent. 17. They create value. 18. Share this. 19. Like this. 1. They save their income. Contrary to what the poor think, luck does not get the rich their money. These are the things rich people do to become and stay that way, starting with their financial management. Those who are successful know the importance of saving. It is this that allows you to create capital to invest and become financially independent. The rich therefore save a significant portion of their income, between 10 and 30%. They pay attention to each of their spending, so as never to encroach on their savings capacity. By doing so, they set up a virtuous circle, because they can invest to have new income, which they will then save part of to start over. This is how they will get richer and richer. Also read How to Stop Spending Money. 2. They reinvest their profits. Besides saving, another very important thing rich people do is reinvest their profits instead of spending them. They thus avoid the mistake that most of the poor make when they earn more. They spend more, so their level of wealth does not increase since the money is swallowed up by new spending. The rich use the compound interest method. It simply consists of adding the interest received during an investment to the starting capital, to reinvest this increased capital. Thus, it will generate more interest than the first time. By repeating this maneuver, the capital increases again and the future interests with it. Reinvesting your profits is a very powerful tool for achieving financial independence, and the rich have understood this well. 3. They multiply the sources of income. Unlike the poor, who often have only their wages to live on, the rich do not settle for just one source of income, even when it is important. They know that doing this is very risky financially. Indeed, if the source dries up for some reason, the entire financial stability of the household collapses suddenly. Multiplying sources of income is therefore something the rich do. regardless of the size of their wealth. To remain financially independent, they are constantly exploring new opportunities for earnings and investments. They analyze the risk level of each of them, as well as their short, medium and long-term profitability. Thus, they can judiciously diversify their investments and have a backup solution in the event of a temporary problem related to one of their investments. 4. They follow the financial news. When the poor get information about current events, they are most often interested in news items or sports results. They are abandoning finance journals and stock exchange newsletters, which they find unnecessary and boring. The rich, on the contrary, always keep abreast of current financial market news. It is something the rich people do every day because it allows them to monitor their investments. Depending on fluctuations and events, they can thus seize an opportunity as soon as it arises. If any of the products they own are about to experience a setback, they move their capital to protect it. 5. They look out for every opportunity. The rich build and maintain their fortunes by being on the lookout for every opportunity. This is one of the main things rich people do, but poor don't. The former have understood that they are masters of their own destiny and that it is up to them to bring about things if they want to succeed. They don't hesitate to be bold to seize an opportunity to achieve their goals. The latter, for their part, often prefer to rely on luck and blame fate for their failures. 6. They read every day. Another things rich people do is read every day. They are well aware of the importance of reading and its many benefits. Indeed, it maintains the mind, preserves cognitive capacities, stimulates reflection and allows the acquisition of ever more knowledge. If they read and reread the classic authors, to maintain their culture. Those who have succeeded nevertheless prefer non-fiction works. It is these who allow them to train in various fields, whether it is to improve their investments or their life. With the help of personal development, some wise businessmen even push this principle to its climax by reading a book a day. Poor people read little and prefer novels, comics or magazines, which they find more entertaining and less complex. They see reading as a simple hobby, without realizing the wealth it can bring. 7. They are constantly evolving. The rich have understood that the most valuable of their investments is the one they make in themselves. They therefore devote a budget each month to training. They reinforce the knowledge they already have in their chosen fields and constantly seek to acquire new skills. To maintain their wealth, they know that it is necessary to know how to evolve and diversify. Any new knowledge is therefore worth taking in their eyes. Readings, courses, seminars or workshops. They do not neglect any means of learning, unlike the poor who are often satisfied with what they have learned during their initial training. They do not realize that part of their knowledge is doomed to become obsolete and that it will be all the more difficult for them to reorient themselves if necessary. 8. They set concrete goals. One more things rich people do to progress and grow their assets is to set concrete, clearly defined goals for themselves. They know that to be satisfied with what they have would be a mistake, because not to move forward is to regress, in the long run. They therefore set long, medium and short-term quantified objectives and push their limits each time. This precise roadmap lets them know where they are going and how much time they have to get there. The poor, on the other hand, most often live hand to mouth, with no other goal than to reach their next payday. A counterproductive state of mind, which prevents them from changing their situation in a positive way. 9. They follow schedules. Going to bed early and getting up early are among the things rich people do to be more productive while taking care of their health. They avoid the opportunities to party until late in the day because they understand that such behavior is just a waste of time and energy. Going to bed late causes significant fatigue the next day, creating conditions that are not conducive to work. Lack of sleep also has many deleterious effects on health. By standing up before others, the rich save valuable time, which they can then use to do more things, such as getting ahead with their plans or devoting themselves to fulfilling hobbies. 10. They maintain healthy lifestyle. The rich pay special attention to their health, because they know it is precious. To preserve it, they do something poor people neglect too often. They go to the doctor regularly. Instead of waiting until they are sick to see a doctor, they focus on prevention and have regular screening exams and blood tests. A choice of the wisest, because to be ill at a significant cost, both by the loss of income that this causes, that because of the price of certain treatments. Poor people rarely understand the value of such precautions. Sometimes they refuse to see a doctor, even when they are sick, arguing that the problem will eventually resolve itself. An attitude that often ends up causing chronic diseases, because their body is weakened by the accumulation of untreated problems. Neglecting one's health can even lead to temporary or permanent disability, which is why the rich never take this matter lightly. 11. They exercise regularly. Another things rich people do to maintain their bodies is that they exercise regularly. Several hours a week, they engage in one or more physical activities. This practice has several advantages. In addition to maintaining the physical, it takes care of the mind. Being athletic develops tenacity, a taste for effort and that of surpassing oneself. These are all qualities that are essential for human and financial success. Poor people, on the other hand, often prefer to watch sport on their television screen, instead of playing one. They often invoke the lack of means to justify themselves, forgetting that many disciplines do not require expensive investment for those who wish to practice them as an enlightened amateur. 12. They are interested in personal development. Personal development brings together a wide range of methods and disciplines, aimed at improving different aspects of life, including productivity. The vast majority of great entrepreneurs, millionaires, successful people, and even stars have benefited. It can be of great help to find success, better organize your business and gain peace of mind. So many rich people are interested in it. They read books on the subject, attend seminars and get coaching from specialists. The results are felt quickly and help them to further increase their wealth. The poor generally view personal development with contempt. In their minds, it is often a scam or some bizarre bourgeois oddity. Yet if they took the time to seriously consider the subject and put some of its principles into practice, they would no doubt see their error in judgment. 13. They don't care what they can't change, in order not to scatter and waste precious energy. Very simple things rich people do is not to worry about what they cannot change. When faced with a given situation, they start by asking themselves whether they can act to change it. If so, they are concentrating all their efforts to achieve this goal. But, otherwise, they detach themselves from it, so as not to be reached. It may sound like a lack of compassion, but in reality it is just about letting go. Death, loss of a loved one's job, war in a foreign country, or the ravages of hunger in the world are all calamities that cannot be directly influenced. Rather than refusing to accept it, it is better to know how to distance yourself and keep your involvement in the problems for which the solution is within our reach. It is this functioning that the rich adopt and which allows them to move forward in life without being dispersed. 14. They surround themselves with enriching people. What characterizes the behavior of the rich is that they take care to choose their entourage. They don't just hang out with people from their background, on the contrary. Those who are successful prefer to surround themselves with people who are even more successful than their own. Thus, they can benefit from their advice and evolve in a stimulating environment that pushes them to surpass themselves. The rich try to follow the rule of thirds, which involves spending a third of their time with people of higher ranks, a third of their time with relatives, and a third of their time with people of lower social status, to whom they can serve as a mentor. They carefully avoid negative people who criticize all the time and indulge in their situation without trying to get out of it. 15. They take care of their appearance. Another things rich people do is take great care of their appearance. Contrary to popular belief, it is not a question of buying overpriced clothes, of doing cosmetic surgery. Taking care of your appearance means above all taking care of your hygiene with a daily shower, being well groomed and shaved cleanly. It also means wearing clean, ironed clothes in good condition. If the rich take care of themselves, it is above all out of respect for themselves. Feeling clean and well-groomed increases confidence and self-esteem. Impeccable attire also reflects a positive image to others and allows you to be offered more professional opportunities. Poor people often forget the importance of perfect attire and fail to realize the negative effects on their professional and social life. 16. They know what to buy or rent. In order not to squander their capital on unnecessary purchases, the rich are vigilant about the hidden cost of objects or goods. They carefully assess whether it is more profitable to buy or rent and make their choice based on the answer. For them, use is more important than possession, because what matters is preserving their capital to prevent their liabilities from encroaching on their assets. A reasoning that most of the poor find difficult to understand. 17. They create value. A well-known adage goes, "The rich create and the poor consume." The main things rich people do, but poor don't, is to create value. The rich build their fortunes by creating value that others are willing to pay for. Whether it's goods or services, they produce things that people need. They also create jobs, directly or indirectly, which also represents wealth. Unlike them, the poor spend most of their time consuming what the rich create for them. It is this consumption that depletes their capital and locks them into the spiral of poverty from which they do not seek to escape. These 17 things rich people do differently from poor people are the roots of their financial success. If you want to change your life and achieve financial independence, now is the time to embrace them. To change your life and achieve your dreams, you have to think and act the same as successful people. Slowly change your habits and remember that the best time to start and take action is now.